biggest party in sport is back. CPL and WCPL return with more action than ever before.
Are you kidding me?
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Brilliantly. Celebrate some more.
Get your tickets now at cplt20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
Grenada's broadcast of Republic Bank CPL 2023 is made possible by Republic Bank. We're the one for you. The National Lotteries Authority, Grenlag, and Hard On Plus.
You never, ever, ever, ever fail me yet. Yeah, 24 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time on this Thursday morning. It's looking good on the outside. Just had a peek on the outside. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Yeah. How are you doing, Grenada? How are you doing this morning? I do hope that you are fine. I hope all is well with you. Let me just tell you this. We're still experiencing some technical issues with our Facebook platform. So at the moment, all we can have us on is via the television, the radio, or our YouTube platform. All right? We're working assiduously to have that problem rectified and ratified as soon as possible. All right, I want to say good morning to the Carmichael family out there in Apretut, and also the staff of Lover's Kitchen. All right, and it's coming from Corona Carmichael. Lover's Kitchen is at Williamson Road in St. George's. So good morning to you all, the Carmichael family out there in Apretut. Who's that? I don't know who is this family. And also the folks at Lover's Kitchen. Good morning to you, Corona. Hope you're doing fine up in the, well, it's not cold yet, but it will get cold soon, yeah? Nice. So sorry I can't interact with my Facebook participants and contributors, but nonetheless, it is what it is. We'll get over that. Nice. So let's see what's buzzing this morning. Let's see what's buzzing this morning. I've got guests, right? I've got the producer of Turning Point. Yeah, she and another member of that cast will be with me this morning to enlighten us some more. It's a play, but it's got depth. Right? You know, it's something that you should be a part of, and I'm going to get some more insight into it when she comes this morning. So we look forward to that engagement. So then we should have some time to converse. So let's get to the program. The word of the day. Before I do that, good morning to you, Petlin and family out there in Munich. Good morning to the Maxweens. Good morning to Urban Mason. Good morning to Brooklyn. Yeah, boy, I really couldn't make it, but don't worry. I'll find some time. My schedule is as tight as a matter pestle in a sunfly mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but nonetheless, we'll see. Okay, so Petlin, I'm waiting on the firing. Thanks for telling me that I'll get it soon, because you have me drinking quick oats. I'm not a quick oats guy. I'm a firing kind of guy. You understand what I'm saying? Do my firing porridge with my bay leaf and my spice and my cinnamon. And oh my goodness, it keeps me, and it's so yummy. Try it and you'll see. Those of you who have firing, try making a firing porridge. Okay, the word of the day today, it's an adjective. It is the word empirical. All right, empirical. It is spelled EMPIRICAL, empirical. That is the word of the day. It's an adjective. And when we describe something such as data or data as empirical, you know, I have to clarify that. I have to be so on my P's and Q's with my pronunciations of words. Data or data. Some folks say data, some say data. I think it's English and American version of the English language. All right, so when we describe something such as data as empirical, we mean that it originated in or was based on observation or experience. Empirical can also be used to describe something that is capable of being verified or disproved by observation or experiment, as in empirical laws. Okay, so here's how we can use that word. The team of conservation biologists gathered reams of empirical data from species inventories to soil analysis to help them get a better understanding of the forest's ecology. That's a nice one, boy. That's right up my field. Anything to do with this science thing, I might like that in them. I never liked physics, but I had to do it. But biology and agricultural science and chemistry and yeah, that was my thing. And also principles of business. Good morning to Mr. Ray Charles and Miss Annie Charles, my POB and biology teacher from McDonald College. Good morning to you. Two wonderful folks, man. All right, good. So now let's get to the thought of the day. Nadisha, good morning to you. Kitty Cat, good morning to you and the family also. All right, the thought of the day. It states, to be kind is more important than to be right. Many times, what people need is not a brilliant mind that speaks, but a special heart that listens. I love this one. Nadisha, you're going to use this one. To be kind is more important than to be right. Many times, what people need is not a brilliant mind that speaks, but a special heart that listens. Yeah, I like that. 18 minutes on to the hour of 7. We've got the AM edition of news coming up. We look forward to that. All right. Buzzing this morning. Well, Kirani James will be in action today at 3:35 as he takes to the mat. All right, for the 400-meter final in the World Championship in Budapest. We wish him all the best. Also, a javelin thrower, Anderson Peters, will participate in the javelin throw event. He's on today. Tomorrow, Friday, and on Sunday at 2:20 p.m. for the javelin. All right, and you know that you can view all these events on GBN. Okay, so look forward to that. Also, we've got the. All right, that was buzzing too, folks. Did you? I don't know if you're a news freak as I am, but that news that came yesterday, international news with. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner mercenary group in Russia. You know, 2 months, yesterday was exactly 2 months to the date that he led a failed coup in Russia against Vladimir Putin. Well, he just died in a plane crash, or well, not died. They are yet to confirm whether he's dead or not, but the plane that he was, a small jet that he was traveling through from Moscow to St. Petersburg, mysteriously crashed. And I saw the footage. The plane was coming down in a plume of smoke, and it is said from international news reports that one of its wings was broken off. And oh my goodness, people who oppose Putin seems to have a way of mysteriously fading like a flower. They either get poisoned, or they fall from a window, or they get shot, or something like that. And that is going to be a talking point at the moment, you know. Commentators of politics, when he led the failed coup, he was offered this to go on exile in Belarus. You know, forgiven, and he and his mercenaries could live safely in Belarus, and everybody was wondering when he'll die. Well, it happened yesterday, or it is purported that it happened yesterday, because they're yet to identify his remains, but his name was listed on the passenger list for that small aircraft. 9 others were on board. 10 of them were on that little aircraft that crashed. So those are the stories that are buzzing this morning. We've got to do the break. We've got to head to the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Those of you on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Stick and stay with us. We're with you anywhere and everywhere. Bye for now.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Government is looking to implement a sport policy which will serve as an empowerment tool for Grenadian athletes. Minister for Education, Youth, Sport and Culture addressed the issue on GBN.
A sport policy was initially developed in 2010, geared towards the development of sports and physical activity in the state of Grenada. The policy went through extensive consultation, but was not implemented as planned. Following another round of recently held consultations, it is anticipated that a national sport policy would be ready in time for CARIFTA 2024, which will be hosted here in Grenada. Minister with responsibility for education, youth, sport and culture, Ron Redhead, speaking on GBN's To The Point program on Wednesday, provided an update on the policy.
It will have to be enforced for 2024. As you would be aware, we are going to be hosting CARIFTA.
Yes.
Yeah. So we will have to do that. So all systems are a go. We are somewhat just off schedule by maybe a month or two. But, generally, give or take, we did factor that in. And so we have some space. We're almost complete. When I say complete, 100% complete in terms of its final rollout. We are in the phase of constructing the parish councils. They are being renovated and retrofitted. St. Mark, Carriacou, St. John, some other areas as well. So once that is completed, we are certain in time for budget. The nation will hear the final update, and then we'll move into the phase of the election, which is going to be parish councils, and eventually which will feed into the national council.
The sport minister explained the importance of a sports policy for athletes.
Very important, because you see athletes like Anderson, Lyndon, Kirani, it will help guide how we, from birth to when they go on to the international scene, how we treat with them, and what we need to do to continue turning out more Kiranis, more Andersons, more Lyndons, etc. And so that policy is by and large a critical part. Take Jamaica, for example. Without their policy on sports and how they go about developing sports, from facilities, etc., to the athletes themselves, there would be no Usain Bolts in terms of the programs, etc.
Minister Redhead said with a policy in place, it will lay the foundation for the development of sports at the grassroots, school, community, national and international levels. The upgrading of facilities in time for the 51st CARIFTA Games is already in motion. The Games will run off from March 30th to April 1st, 2024.
Tweaks here and there to the legislation that we have proposed. One such inclusion is the question of anti-doping. It was never there before, so we had to do that. We went to Jamaica sometime earlier on this year and was able to get a great deal of information as to how we can incorporate that. And we are satisfied that sufficient work has been done so far. There is a small committee at the ministry level to be able to finalize the inputs of that, and it is going well. This is that we have already prepared all the received all the scope of works for the relaying of tracks. We have been in contact with the Athletics Association. The Ministry of Works is the lead implementer in conjunction certainly with the Stadium Authority, and all systems are a go. I don't have a specific update this morning to say yea or nay, or let's say tomorrow or next week, but all systems are a go.
All right. Dina John, GBN News.
After much public discussion surrounding the new underwater sculpture, the GTA is ready for its official launch. Beverly Tellisford has the details.
Created by renowned artist Jason DeCaris Taylor with the assistance of some local artists, the sculptures are made from a special type of concrete that encourages the growth of coral and other marine life. This innovative technique not only offers a visually stunning spectacle, but also contributes to the overall health and biodiversity of the marine ecosystem. During the launch of the new sculptures, Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Petra Roach, said the park, established in 2006, has been a great rebound to the Molinaire area, which was severely damaged by Hurricane Ivan in 2004.
You may remember that Molinaire Bay had suffered considerable storm damage post-Hurricane Ivan, and the idea was that these sculptures would provide a new base for marine life to propagate. It became an intriguing site, especially for the dive and snorkeling industry. So we had lots of cruise ships that were coming in and taking their guests there to snorkel. And that resulted in more people coming to our shores, which boosted tourism arrivals, whilst at the same time it served to protect and preserve our very precious resources.
Each sculpture tells a different story, reflecting various aspects of Grenadian culture, history, and folklore. From depictions of local legends to representations of everyday life, these underwater artworks offer a glimpse into the rich heritage and traditions of Grenada. Tourism Minister Lennox Andrews said the addition to the park is also an addition to Grenada's tourism product, as it offers unique sculptures depicting Grenadian culture, which cannot be found elsewhere.
I have the definition that tourism is making available to others what we have that they don't have. And that for our tourism industry to grow and to expand, it means that we must not just only preserve and protect what we have, but we must always come up with new ideas to enhance and to develop and to upgrade what we have, so that when the tourists come, what they get and what they see is a new experience, something different, something creative, something for the very first time, and something that simultaneously would give that wow effect and cause them to leave our homeland with fond memories, very fond memories.
The underwater sculpture park can be used as a testament to the transformative power of art and the need for sustainable practices in protecting our planet. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Section 24 of the Legal Profession Act 2011, which states a person shall not practice law in Grenada unless his or her name is entered on the roll and is a holder of a valid practicing certificate, goes into effect from the 1st of September 2023.
According to the legal profession, renewal of practicing certificate and continuing professional development rules gazetted in the 11th August edition, every practicing attorney must apply to the General Legal Counsel for a practicing certificate, which shall be valid for 1 year. In other words, the practicing certificate must be obtained annually. The advisory states, and I quote, whilst the first and initial application for a practicing certificate does not require the applicant to show proof of continuing professional development, all subsequent applications made will require the applicant to show proof of continuing professional development in accordance with Section 26(5) of the Legal Profession Act 2011. In this regard, the Council has developed an accreditation program to guide what will meet the continuing professional development requirements. End of quote. The gazetted rules state that an attorney at law shall complete a minimum of 12 credits per year to satisfy the continuing professional development requirements under these rules. A single continuing professional development credit is equivalent to 1 hour attendance at any educational conference, workshop, seminar, lecture, or similar event by whatever name. An attorney at law shall complete at least 1 credit in legal profession ethics and 1 credit in business management and finance per year. To To qualify as continuing professional development, an activity must be of significant intellectual or practical content and deal primarily with matters relating to the practice of law. Be conducted by individuals who are qualified by practical or academic experience in the subject covered, and seek to extend the knowledge and skills of attorneys at law in areas that are relevant to the practice needs of an attorney at law. The cost of the annual practicing certificate will be EC $250 for attorneys with less than 5 years at the bar, $350 for attorneys between 5 and 10 years at the bar, $500 for attorneys between 10 to 15 years at the bar, and attorneys with 16 years and over at the bar will pay $750. Christelina John, GBN News.
The Ministry of Agriculture is in the process of rolling out assistance to farmers under a $10 million U.S. World Bank approved assistance project. The project is open to every producer, food crop producer, agro processors, livestock farmer, and spice production farmer.
The Ministry of Agriculture said they want as many farmers as possible to benefit from the World Bank's $10 million US project that seeks to improve the agriculture industry. All farmers are asked to submit their interest to participate. The areas of focus under the project are food crop production, livestock production, agro-processing, and spice replanting. Permanent Secretary Aaron Francois said the intent is to establish 3 breeding centers, one at Laura for small ruminants, one at Maribo for pigs, and Limle, Carriacou for both small ruminants and pigs. Increasing the livestock population is one of their aims.
We are going to engage an animal breeder to institute a breeding program so that we are going to multiply those animals. Bring in those hybrids. We're going to multiply those animals and we're going to sell the offsprings to farmers, quality animals.
He said farmers will be selected as direct beneficiaries.
Proper facility for the animal. They must be registered. Yeah, they must have a good track record again of producing that particular animal, and so our team, ministry team is out there assessing facilities, and so farmers, if you haven't seen them, if you haven't heard, call the ministry, call the extension offices if you are interested in participating in the program.
Contractors will be engaged in upgrade facilities at Laura, Maribo, and Limle in Carriacou as part of the project. Farmers who receive a ram or buck must make it available for service to other farmers in the community. Artificial insemination in cattle will also be done under this program. Francois said they will be working with the Grenada Cocoa Association and the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association under the spice tree planting component of the project.
Out of the criteria, you must actively be involved in cultivating spices.
Agro-processors will also benefit.
The project intends to give support with equipment, and the slightly medium-sized one, we intend to provide some support to upgrade some facilities for them. The intention is to help improve production, agro-processing, the capacity and the production and the quality of produce.
P.S. Francois said other aspects of the program would include importing farm machinery and other farm implements to assist farmers. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Day 4 of the Great Shape Inc. Dental Clinic draws to a close. Volunteer dentists and hygienists hailing from Canada and the U.S. continue to provide the nation with quality dental services free of charge. The response has been tremendous, so much so that Administrative Director of Great Shape Inc., Tessa McLarain, advised that there are no more available appointments for teeth cleaning. But other services, such as fillings and extractions, sealants, and fluorides, are still available and will continue from August the 21st to September the 1st, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. There will be no clinic on the weekend. The public is also reminded that although this is a walk-in service, due to the overwhelming response, it has become necessary to book an appointment before receiving treatment. An appointment can be booked at the National Stadium, where the dental clinic is taking place, or by calling 421-6021. But note, those with a previous appointment must be permitted to gain entrance first. Thereafter, the administrative staff will accept batches of persons who would like to book an appointment for a later time and possibly for another day. Additionally, children are also welcome to receive free dental care between August the 28th and September the 1st at the Corinth Government School under the Seal Grenada initiative. A great way to get your child ready for the new school year. Again, to access this service, appointments can be made via WhatsApp or by dialing 421-6021. The work of the National Folk Group is being bolstered with the donation of instruments from the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, and Culture, valued at $13,500. The instruments, including a guitar and keyboard, among other items, were handed over by Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, and Culture, Ron Redhead, during an official ceremony at the Ministry's conference room on Wednesday. In his remarks, Redhead said the ministry acts as a conduit for the development of culture, and they're happy to assist in that regard.
This is important. We at the ministry see ourselves as the conduit for the development of our culture, and the equipment, I anticipate, will go a long way in making this a reality.
He informed that those gathered that there are plans to further expand the folk group, noting that music has proven to bring about social changes and positively mold the mindset of Grenada's youth. The youth minister also encouraged young people to recognize music as a lucrative career while still endeavoring to attain a solid education.
We should talk about enhancing, and we should roll out at a primary school level, maybe programs to get even the youngest among us involved in our folklore, the music, etc. So I think all in all, it augurs well for us for the future, and it is testimony to the Division of Culture's vision and foresight and your ability to organize some equipment. Hopefully we can get some equipment in the ministry as well just now so that we can roll out some of our other programs itself and to be able to impact on the nation.
Music teacher and member of the folk group is Lauren Ramdani.
It's wonderful that this presentation has been made this morning, and that the ministry is backing up, is supporting this group, because I think they have a lot of talent. They're very gifted. Their voices are beautiful. Every time I hear them, I think, thank God for them. And many of them have been in the group from the inception, which must have been in the 1980s and before, because some of these members were in previous folk groups.
The Grenada Folk Group was founded by former Minister of Education, Youth and Sports George McGuire under the late Prime Minister Herbert Blaize. The group, with its resurgence this year and support from the Division of Culture, will be one of the main highlights of the December 1st to 3rd Cameroon Folk Festival. The festival will be held at Saterre's St. Patrick and will celebrate and showcase the Spice Islands' African heritage and traditions. The Ministry of Culture and the Spice Mass Corporation will examine the carnival product and plan for the execution of an improved event in 2024.
I would give it about an 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, on scale. Give or take, and I'm speaking from having inside knowledge, not just looking at the outside. On the outside, it is a 9 certainly in most people's book, but sitting within there was still some room for improvement.
Minister with responsibility for education, youth, sport and culture, Ron Redhead, rated this year's carnival product on a scale of 1 to 10. A full analysis into Carnival 2023, he said, is scheduled for later this month, as several gray areas were documented.
There are a number of entities that we have to come in and congratulate, in addition to Spice Mass Corporation, but Spice Mass Corporation and their leadership essentially did what they had to do. And as I said, there is still room for great improvement, which is what we are hopeful that we can discuss. The postmortem has already been planned with myself and the board sometime later on this month. Yeah. SMC is expected to do a little stakeholder engagement as we plan for 2024. Remember, it's the 50th. So we are looking forward to great things and the general improvement of the quality of the product that we advertise when Carnival comes.
Minister Redhead highlighted aspects of the Carnival product he believes need restructuring.
From a logistics standpoint, we have to improve that in terms of start time, in terms of the duration of shows, etc. That was very apparent as a drawback or gray area that we have to improve upon, meaning that the coordination and management of the various events has to be a bit more tighter and a bit more organized. The start time for Juve, whether or not we want to bring it earlier, would that pose a problem for the RGPF to be able to monitor in the dark of the night, that kind of thing. So you have to take all of these things into consideration.
The incorporation of private shows during the festive season is also listed among areas for discussion. Vendors situated along the carnage hoping to capitalize on an extra dollar during Carnival were at a disadvantage. Minister Redhead addressed what possibly happened and how they intend to address it going forward.
Spice Mass is aware of the situation. As I said, defense, well, not so much defense, but the board was relatively new, so having coming in, they did try to make some alterations which they thought would enhance and help the situation. But as with the trial and error in this instance, it didn't really turn out the best. But the issue is not to say that Spice Mass is attempting to ignore the vendors and is deliberately doing that. This is just how the events flowed. What happened is that either through exhaustion or what, the majority of the crowd did not finish routes. So you had a situation in which the stop-off generally was around Tropicana, right? Generally on Port Highway. People didn't go beyond that very much. So then you had that challenge. What we need to do is to decide whether we bring up the route somewhat to compensate for a further tagging along, so that when we place vendors or give authorization for vending in locations on the carnage, etc., they can actually capitalize on people coming in and purchasing the product.
Christina John, GBN.
It's time for a bird's eye view of the ministerial complex. Let's take a peek into the GBN ISOL lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISOL is brought to you by Clear Vision.
A beautiful drone shot of the newly painted ministerial complex in the Botanical Gardens is at the other end of the lens of tonight's GBN ISOL. The facelift of the building is part of the National Democratic Congress government's beautification drive across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The building's new exterior has brightened up the area where it sits at the top of the Botanical Gardens. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Let the family fun days continue. At Courts, we have what you need to kick the vacation time into high gear. Large screen TVs, comfy indoor and outdoor furniture, grills, tools, and more. And you can shop today with no cash and pay us later. Ask us about our Super Shield extended warranty that protects your purchases for up to 4 years. So enjoy more family fun days. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends August 23rd, 2023. Special conditions apply.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Summer is here, and it's time to level up with ACB Grenada Bank. We understand that sometimes you need a little extra help to make the most of your summer plans. Whether it's a relaxing getaway or improvements for the home, like a new AC to beat the summer heat. An unsecured loan from ACB Grenada Bank can make it happen. ACB Grenada Bank. Simply smarter banking.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Grenada 24th Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
The Ministry of Tourism and Economic Development and the Grenada Tourism Authority extend a warm welcome to visitors and returning nationals visiting for Carnival and summer vacation. We do hope you enjoy your stay with us, and we invite you to return with friends and family to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence on 7th February 2024. Tourism is my business, your business, our business.
The biggest party in sport is back. CPL and WCPL return with more action than ever before.
Are you kidding me?
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Celebrate some more!
Get your tickets now at cplt20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
Grenada's broadcast of Republic Bank CPL 2023 is made possible by Republic Bank. We're the one for you. The National Lotteries Authority, Grenlec, and Hard On Plus.
Cricket fans, here's your opportunity to win 2 tickets to the Republic Bank CPL Final in Guyana, inclusive of airfare and hotel accommodation in the TV6 Republic Bank CPL Trivia Contest. There are also weekly prizes of tickets to the Republic Bank CPL matches and branded merchandise from TV6 and the Caribbean Premier League. To enter, simply download the TV6 app from the Google or Apple Store. Click on the TV6 RBL CPL Contest tab, answer the weekly trivia question, and submit your electronic entry form. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Download the TV6 app to be a winner.
Whoa, whoa. Rock the box, we say, yeah. GBN, we say, arts and culture living, yeah. Rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. We'll be jamming here on a Thursday. It's a
ready and fasten your laughter belt as Faith Pentecostal Tabernacle presents Turning Point 1, a thrilling, exciting drama presentation written and directed by Angela James and featured at Gateway Conference Center, Point Salines, on Saturday, 26th August 2023, 7 p.m. Come and witness Merlin's controversial wedding. Edna and Marjorie square up to fight, and Officer Brown is sneaking around. It's a classic with suspense and excitement from beginning to end. Get your tickets now at Gittins Pharmacy outlets and at your local church. Tickets cost $50, $60 at the door. It's Turning Point 1, Saturday, August 26th, Gateway Conference Center, 7 p.m. And by the way, get ready for Turning Point 2 on Saturday, September the 30th, same venue.
That's it, missing me.
Good morning. It's 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, and this is The Conversation, the first part of it. And as I hinted to you earlier, I'm joined this morning by a wonderful lady. For the last couple of weeks, you heard the promotion, you saw it on television as well, Turning Point. The name alone is a good name. And this morning, I've got with me the lady behind Turning Point, the producer of that that comic show, but with real life issues, Miss Angela James. Good morning, Angie. Is it okay if I call you Angie?
That's fine. Good morning.
All right, and how are you this morning?
I am doing fine. I'm very excited.
All right, okay. Well, let me tell you, how I do these things, we just chatting, so no need to shaky and and you're supposed to be panicky.
No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Good, you're ready to rumble.
Ready to go.
Nice. Before we go further, I want to know, where is Angela from?
I am from the beautiful parish of St. David.
Yeah, what makes St. David so I'm from St. Andrew. St. Andrew is the most beautiful parish in the world.
No, not in comparison to St. David. I could tell you that.
Yes.
I stand up for St. David.
You stand up for St. David?
Yes, I will.
Okay, all right, good. And professionally, what do you do?
I work at the credit union.
Which one?
At Nexa Credit Union.
Nexa, okay.
Yes.
Also, you know Mr. Herschel Whiteman and...
Yes.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yes.
Almost. Okay, that's good. So you've got depth. So now we can talk. I know who I'm talking with.
Okay.
Turning Point. Like I said, the name alone speaks volumes.
Definitely.
All right. And what was the idea? What was popping in your head when you came up with that play?
Well, that is such an interesting question. When I looked around and I see so many social issues, family issues, and so much irrelevant things that is happening, I thought, it's best to execute it in drama. So what was popping into my head is that how can you be in the state or being in the valley or being so low down, and you can have such a positive impact thereafter and things could turn around for you. So I was looking at changes in life, no matter what state you are in.
So it's a life. It's something about real life. It's a real life.
Mm-hmm. Every scene shows real life, what happens on a day-to-day basis.
Right, because from just looking at this, that little excerpt from the television commercial, it looks rather interesting. I'm seeing somebody dressed for a wedding.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a policeman hugging a lady, and police have that reputation. Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, officers. But and in terms of putting the characters together, how did you do that?
Okay, so a lot of it took a lot of prayer, discernment, discretion, and knowing the characters. So I know based on, because it's familiar persons I'm dealing with. Everyone is based basically from Faith Pentecostal Tabernacle.
Where is that church?
That church is located at Pomerose in St. David.
I know Pomerose well. Where? Which part in Pomerose? Not by the Catholic Church.
Not as far as the Catholic.
Oh,
so
just
Pomerose
up the hill.
Junction, you're going up the hill
Just
and
the
you're
hill
taking
there,
right. Yes,
that
right.
big building there.
That's building right.
Okay, okay. I pass there every day. Up there my farm is, so I know there very well.
All of the characters except for one is from that church. So I have a good idea of the persons, so I know they can execute the character I affiliate them with.
The gentleman that spoke with me earlier in the week, what's his name again, Mr.
Clyde. John.
He looks like a comic right away.
He's very good.
Yeah.
He plays a very great role in the Turning Point 1. He goes by the name of Raymond.
Okay.
Right? So when you come to the show, you will see what he does.
Okay, Raymond, good morning. No, Raymond by building.
Yes, he goes by the name of Raymond in the play.
Yeah. So the gist of the play, I mean, as you say, it carries you through different aspects of life. Sometimes I don't believe in coincidence anymore. I think it's predestined, because only yesterday I was talking with a local Grenadian reggae superstar, Akeem, and one of his latest songs that he did with the PBC choir, it was entitled "Oh Father." All right, and it was a deep song, but when I asked him as to why that song, how did that song come about, and he reverted to the same sentiments as you, that there was a point in his life where he went off track and he was at his lowest and he was praying to get back on track.
Okay.
So it's important, and I think this is very timely, because the world in which we live today, people are stressed.
Very stressed.
And if you are not able to manage stress, it is very easy to go off track. People would hear things that you do or say, and they say, but that is on character of him. But it's because of pressures of life. So this play, I presume from the little conversation that we have, is that it's intent on getting people who went out of character to come back in line.
Yes, partly so. And even though you may not go out of character, but it's a guidelines to keep you on track.
Okay.
Right? So you can see other person's experiences and use this as your guide to say, before I do that, I will be careful, right?
Okay.
So it's not necessary that it will get you on track, but it might help you to stay on course. Right? Because, for example, with the country reversal wedding you see in there, a few days ago I was saying, people who planning to get married, come to the show, because there might be some hidden things that you might not been paying attention to.
Right.
And in the turning point, it discloses such that maybe you overlooked.
And it's real life things.
It's real life thing. You should really pay attention before you say I do, and before you go further than as far as getting married. So it helps you to stay on track. It opens your eyes to things maybe you would have been playing a blind eye, giving a blind eye to.
Or you heard it happen, but you're thinking that can happen to me.
It can happen to you. Right? So that's not happening.
Okay. So when someone comes to the show, at the end of it, will it be, what will they carry with them? Will it be only the humor from the real life scenarios that will turn into humor, or they'll realize that, here, I laughed a lot in there, but there is some food for thought when I go home?
That's right. And that is what is very interesting about the turning point. It is not, as you say, it's full of comedy. It's not only a show where you can sit back and just laugh, and when you leave empty. No, there is a lot of food for thought. As a parent, it helps you to stop a while and say, am I doing a good job as a parent? Where am I going wrong? There are persons you might see and maybe you would have condemned or have them like an outcast. It helps you to think, maybe I should treat him or her differently because maybe they've been through this or they've been through that. So it gives you a bit of empathy for persons that maybe have negative characteristics. So you can say, okay, because of that play, I learned the negative impact it can have on person that have unfortunate situation. So I can empathize with he or she more rather than casting them out or casting them down. So it leaves you with food for thought, in spite of the laughter and the comedy.
Okay, well, folks, it's important that you listen to this because there is part 1 on this Saturday. It's at the Gateway Assembly. That's the church going down to the Morris Bishop International Airport right there.
That's right.
And there is a part 2 to it on the 30th of September.
Oh, yeah, this is, I mean, you're thinking part 1 is excited and interested as we put the icing on the cake and we capture and we close it. Turning Point part 2 is really a bomb also.
Okay.
Full of humor and definitely leaves you with life stories.
So is it going to be a sequel where we have part 3, or you have something else on the back burner already?
Yes, I have backup. I'm thinking, I'm praying, and I'm waiting.
How can I be a part of the cast?
Well, I just have to give you a short screening to get some information about you and make sure you about your commitment, and you can be part, but you have to be really serious and committed. That's 2 of the characteristics that you must be comprised of. Well, you must be a Christian, must love the Lord, must be committed and devoted to being part of the characters.
Right. So we'll talk after.
You will talk after.
Yeah,
look, seemingly after screening, I mean, I will know where best to put you, but I can tell you from listening to you, there will be a part that you can fit in nicely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make a part for you, just as easy like that.
Lovely.
When I realize the kind of person you are and what you will be able to execute, I say, okay, you know what? You can fit in very nice there.
Yeah, and I am so versatile. You could give me something now and I'm ready for Saturday.
That's the kind of person I would like to work with. Excellent.
Okay, let's just deviate because I mean, there are some facets to that I like. Firstly, the Christian approach.
Right.
Secondly, taking real life scenarios, putting it into comedy that can even create a transformation or a turnaround or a turning point for people's life. When you look at Let's look locally. What is your take on the state of Grenada today? And I'm not talking politics. All right, we have a lot of deviance and so forth. There was a big talk recently, but I sort of held back on the conversation a bit because I did not get both sides of the story. But this thing with the introduction or the supposed introduction of this LGBTQ thing in schools and so forth. Don't talk about that directly because it could put you, as my grandmother would say, it can put you in cattle belly crossway.
That's right.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do that. So play the fifth on that. But looking at our society, there are some folks who complain of societal decay and moral decay and so forth. How is Grenada doing?
Right. So that Grenada is also evident of having such experiences. In terms of deviating a lot today, I can say that in terms of the Christian realm, a lot of persons are deviating from the Christian morals and standard. And as you rightly say, they are affiliating with more negative stuff, right? So, for example, in the state of Grenada, according to what the Word of God say, people use their own thing from social media to justify why they do what they do, and no longer standards and morals become a criteria for living the way you're supposed to live. Everybody do it according to what everybody else is doing.
What they feel.
It
feels good.
It feels good, and the morals and standard is definitely decaying. So I think with the play, it will really help you to see, look, it's not about how you feel. It is not about what everybody is doing. Look at the impact it's going to have on the long run if you go the way you go. Right?
Yeah, people forgetting to use the manual that you go to buy a vehicle. Well, you're in the credit union, so you know people come for loan for a number of different things. Vehicle is one of them. You go to buy a new vehicle and they present you with the manual.
You have to
have to study it for the vehicle to work or operate at its optimum.
Exactly.
The Bible is supposed to be the manual for humanity.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is what is happening, because not only the young people, based on the play, for example, as you talk about deviating and lowering standard, even the parenting standard is not as high as it used to be. Things that was not accepted by parents before, you see that parents now give way to children and grandchildren and accept certain things that parents before would have never accepted. You know, the discipline, the responsibility. You know, before you see parents will give children responsibility and they have to execute it. Now parents tend to do everything for them and the children not as active and responsible. They don't take initiative when they go on the job. They do the same thing because it's a whole parenting breakdown.
It's a culture.
It's a culture that is being developed lately, and it definitely Grenada could be is an example of these kind of practices. So in Turning Point, you will see where there are some negative parenting standards and values that in the end would affect the family.
Well, this is so timely. This is so timely because tomorrow morning, God's willing, I am going to have a colleague of mine, Mr. Colin Campbell, and he pushed that idea to me. He said, Innocent, we need to talk about parenting or failed parenting in Grenada. Right. And we were supposed to do it yesterday, but something popped up and we couldn't, so we're going to talk about it tomorrow. And this seems to be a very, very pertinent issue, a very current, a very relevant topic, parenting, because one of the things that we've noticed is that in recent times, I guess it's because of the demand for the cost of living and so forth, you find parents allowing the television and gadgets to raise a child.
Exactly. Children spend so much time on the gadgets that the family life and the family time together is really broken down, right? And in the Turning Point also, when you look at one of the parents, well, both parents, you kind of look and trying to figure out how could a mother accept this for her daughter? Why are you accepting this? Why are you allowing that to happen? You know, look at the bigger picture, and you know it is saying to a lot of parents when you look at the Turning Point, look at the bigger picture when you're parenting. Don't just take all what glitters, because it's not everything that glitters that is gold.
Well, you have a lot of costume gold nowadays. Cosmetic.
Right. Just fashion jewelry, not the real thing.
Yes.
So Turning Point helps bring out and help open the eyes of parents who not looking at the bigger picture or the impact later on in the children's life based on the choices that they allow them to make or they help them make. Yeah?
Okay, so besides Turning Point and other plays that you might do, how do you think you as an individual, because for you to come up with that project, Turning Point 1 and 2, and I know there are others, you must be deep. You must be very forecasting. Besides the playwright, how do you think you personally can make that influence felt as it relates to turning points in people's lives?
Okay, so as an individual, I spend lots of my time listening to young people, right? So I basically spend a lot of time mentoring. Even on the job, you know, I try to make a positive impact when persons come with situations and problems and they want advice. I involve myself in giving positive counseling and guidance to help them to be more influential and to keep on course or get back on course. So I do play a role in mentoring and speaking to persons in a one-on-one and giving them life experiences and listening to them, because you know persons like people listen to them and able to identify with their situation, and they like that personal touch that you give to them. So that's what I do apart from writing Turning Point. I listen and I try to see how best I could help them be positive.
I'm being a bit presumptuous here. I am presuming that if I walk through Pomrose and I ask anyone, do you know Miss Angela James? They say, oh yes, that nice lady down the road that is always welcome. You know, that's what.
Well, they might say Angela, some might say Angela might say Jillian. Because I'm formerly known as Jillian, yes, but Angela is official.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, continue impacting lives the way you do in more ways than one. And in just wrapping up, patrons coming to the event, the cost of the ticket is
$50. We had the early bird, but the early bird is finished. So we have $50, or if you wait until the day of the event, then you pay $60 at the door.
Okay. Yes. All right. You heard that. We have somebody who wants to talk with you. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, I just want to say congratulations to that lady for that play. You know, Christian people need to lighten up, to have a joyful heart. Because sometimes you go into church and you hear the pastor say, "Oh, Christian faith vex so," because look at what happened this morning. I mean, one bunch of fig by the General Hospital here, about eight hands. They come and they take the whole bunch. They don't cut it half and take half. You know, going, you vex, you know you're angry with them, but when you get a little laughter with the drama, you lighten up yourself. So, Miss, I'm so happy that you have your Christian drama. I wish I could attend to it, but sometime when you go in places in the night, when the show over, you have no transport to go home, so it does be kind of hard. So if I know I'm getting transportation to come back, I will visit that show because I love drama. I want to have a good laugh.
I know you love drama.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Thank you, caller. And maybe off the air, I will take her information to see how she can be assisted with transportation if she really wants to come.
Okay.
And she's so right because with the turning point, I'm saying that not only for Christian it is designed for. So I want the entire public, the listening public, to understand it and the viewers to understand. It is not only designed for Christian, right? It's for everyone. It's applicable to everyone. But as she rightly say, because life is so stressful and so many things happen, like she said, she shared an experience what she had, that you need things to laugh. You need things to free up yourself.
You need to show the lighter side.
Exactly, because life is so burdensome sometimes. It's full of stress.
Life by itself is stressful. So you have to find the positive triggers.
Right. The cares of this life is a lot.
Yeah. We have another caller.
To the drama, it will help.
Okay, good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent, and good morning to Miss Angela James.
Good morning.
I just want to congratulate you for taking a stand, especially in drama, where people will get to know more about how being in Christ helps life. Because if you don't have Christ, you don't have life. So I want to congratulate you for doing this, and I pray that God would use this play, these two plays, to touch the heart of many Grenadians, and that they would know when we tell them about Christ, it's not just because we want to play we better than anybody. It is something that every human needs. They need to have a relationship with Jesus in order to know what life really is. Because without Christ, you are dead. You have nothing. No matter how much maybe material thing you may possess, if you don't have Christ in you, you don't have life. So I just want to congratulate you and pray that God will use those and that you will do many more that would point people to Christ in the way of drama. God bless you.
Ms. Jeremiah, good morning. Ms. Jeremiah, I promise I wouldn't call your name on the air again, so I wouldn't call your name, okay, Ms. Jeremiah? But we going to the show Saturday?
No, Innocent.
All right. Have a good day. You see, I ain't called your name, right?
I don't want copy block. He's the phone I have in my eyes. For the TV.
Get direct TV. Have a good one.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. She's right about that, because when you don't have Christ, you can make such a negative decision, because the play shows it. The parenting, the mother didn't have that communication and that relationship with God, so she couldn't see the bigger picture. As I said, she was just driven by other attractive factors, right? So when you have Christ, it helps you to stay on course, and it helps you to make proper decision that will not have negative impact on you.
Christianity is not supposed to be a boring pale kind of thing.
Definitely
not,
right?
And we need people like you to spice it up. Okay, so someone coming to the show on Saturday, what's the expected duration of the show? How long would they have to sit and look at it?
Okay, so the show would be between 2.5 to 3 hours maximum.
Is there going to be a break in between?
Yes, there is going to be intermission after a couple scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, Ms. James, I want to thank you very much for dropping by. Let's entertain this final caller, and then we'll end up. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning, Mrs. James. Mrs. James.
Good morning.
You're talking to Miss Thomas
who used to work together with you at the GCNE. Good to hear you.
Good morning. A long time I have not heard you, not seen you. Good morning, good morning.
I'm there. I'm in St. George, just locked in. you're not retired now, eh?
But you?
I'm locked in. I'm good. So enjoy the day. Good to hear you. And keep up the good work.
Thank you so very much. Much appreciated.
All right, dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, caller.
I have to give away.
You have to give away the two. Okay, Mr. Cecil something. I can't remember. I have his name. Well, I told them that they can, as of today, they can collect the tickets at GBS.
Yes, I have that for them.
So
yes.
you can leave it the front desk. They'll come to the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
So the winners of the 2 tickets, one, the second lady that called, she said that Joseph Cado can collect it on her behalf.
Right.
And the gentleman, Cecil something, from...
I think he's from Boca.
Boca, yeah. I'm getting aged, not old. I'm getting aged, so I don't remember.
So I make arrangement for his ticket. I'm dropping it off for him today.
Okay, all right.
But I have 2 more that somebody can win to go to the show on Saturday.
All right. Okay. So because we exhausted our time already, so you can leave them at the front desk, and tomorrow morning I'll give out 1.
Okay.
To keep the sensitization on, and Saturday morning I'll give out 1.
Right.
So we'll give out the 2 that we have already done.
Yes.
And then we have so folks, you hear that we have 2 more tickets to give out for Turning Point. We'll give out 1 tomorrow morning on the program, and another one on Saturday morning.
Excellent. Yes.
Nice.
Very good. Right.
So, Ms. James, thanks for dropping by.
Thank you so very much, Innocent. It was nice sitting with you. And to the general public, I'm looking forward to see you at Turning Point 1 on Saturday the 26th. That's Gateway Assembly in Point Celine. Thank you so very much, listening public and viewers.
And bring back my love to the entire cast.
Thank you. I definitely will do that.
Mr. Raymond, good morning.
All right,
folks, that's it for this segment. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Get ready and fasten your laughter belt as Faith Pentecostal Tabernacle presents Turning Point 1, a thrilling, exciting drama presentation written and directed by Angela James and featured at Gateway Conference Center, Point Celine, on Saturday, 26th August 2023, 7 p.m. Come and witness Merlin's controversial wedding. Edna and Marjorie square up to fight, and Officer Brown is sneaking around. It's a classic with suspense and excitement from beginning to end. Get your tickets now at Gittins Pharmacy outlets and at your local church. Tickets cost $50, $60 at the door. It's Turning Point 1, Saturday, August 26th, Gateway Conference Center, 7 p.m. And by the way, get ready for Turning Point 2 on Saturday, September the 30th, same venue.
That's it, missing me.
Summer is here, and it's time to level up with ACB Grenada Bank. We understand that sometimes you need a little extra help to make the most of your summer plans. Whether it's a relaxing getaway or improvements for the home, like a new AC to beat the summer heat. An unsecured loan from ACB Grenada Bank can make it happen. ACB Grenada Bank. Simply smarter banking.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
The Ministry of Tourism and Economic Development and the Grenada Tourism Authority extend a warm welcome to visitors and returning nationals visiting for Carnival and summer vacation. We do hope you enjoy your stay with us, and we invite you to return with friends and family to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence on 7th February 2024. Tourism is my business, your business, our business.
My name is
Alimaka Motley. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
You came and found it clean.
You frolicked in it. You thrived on it. And no matter what flag or latitude, our economies depend on it.
Yet look at you. Out the window.
Mindlessly tossed, carelessly dumped anywhere.
Take it just evaporates because you don't see it. Rivers.
Gutters.
Dump sites.
Our blue waters unite us.
Each singular act multiplies the pollution that plagues us, that
threatens the green and blue that sustains us.
But we can alter this cause.
If we put waste to work. Not dumpable.
Bankable.
Reuse it.
Repurpose it.
Recycle it.
Create jobs. Build industries.
It takes just you.
You. And me.
To translate green actions into blue oceans.
If given a chance, your plastic would choose to be put to more beneficial use. Choose recycling.
Do you have an idea for a training program that can lead to the development of economic activity in your community? Then call the National Training Agency. The NTA will help you identify trainers and will also assist you to develop and implement training programs. So whether it's community tourism, strawcraft production, small engine repairs, agri-food processing, agriculture, or any other vocational or creative industry skill, call the National Training Agency to help you implement your community-based training. Call 435-9092-9093. Training Agency. Enhancing the employability of Grenada's workforce.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. The conversation is on. We're open at this. We're open for business. All right. And again, I just want to say thank you to Miss James for dropping by and, giving us some enlightenment as to what Turning Point is all about. So, folks, I urge you to get your tickets and go on down and laugh your belly full with some real life stories that has a comic side to it. It's been brought in, but I am from all indications it's going to be a very, very good show. So go on out and get your tickets and be a part of it. All right. Okay, so we've got a line that is open now that we had some issues that we highlighted before from the program's perspective. So if there's any way you'd want to call in and be a part of it, this is your opportunity to do so. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. How's everything?
Everything is fine. Welcome to the program.
I was sure on a point for a while in any case, dealing with Japan first. So Japan ended up having some nuclear water for a good time now, and they want to empty it in the sea. But what they use the water to recycle water and using the toilet instead in Japan. Using the toilet instead and throwing the sea water.
Okay.
For all the years, the water stored there for all the years, stored the nuclear water away for all the years. But they didn't think of it all on modern technology and science having the water. Because I use it back in the same country to wash on the yard and all the streets and different things and whatnot. And it's empty in the sea.
Okay. All right.
There's a problem with fish and with other country next side to them. They don't want to buy that from them in a while as fish and they. And that will affect the water.
Well, I think as the saying goes nowadays, they big and they have sense. So if they know it's going to affect them economically, then why do it?
They don't in the past without telling the world about it. But afterwards they started, you know. When we live in the sea and go live in land, somewhere be wrong in the water.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Bless. 435-2041. That's the number. Someone says, "Hi, Auntie Jilly. Can't wait to see Turning Point. Want to see part 1 and 2." Yeah, folks, you got to come out and be a part of this. All right, just a quick comment here from one of our WhatsApp contributors. It says, "Good morning, Innocent. This is getting out of hand. It's a shame when politicians put apprentice in job without respect, pride, and dignity. As a market vendor, I am ashamed at the disrespect the manager shows to her elder, the cleaner. Time to get it right. She is not fit to be around human beings." Oh boy, this is harsh. Does it necessarily have to be that harsh? Give me a call, 435-2041. Good morning, Mr. Gordon Innocent Joseph. Can you tell me at what time will Kirani James be running? Thank you. It's at 3:35 today. All right, good. That's the time Kirani will be running today. So you can join us on the television to look at that race. Good. So we have another caller on the line. Good morning to you, caller.
Yes, Mr. Innocent.
How you do?
I'm doing fine. Be careful with your tongue. It's that you don't want to lose it.
Okay, all right. Nice.
I wonder if to this issue with the sculpture park, I don't want to comment too much, but I want to advise our intercessors, our prayer warriors, and people who know what it is to be, have a marine spirit or have evil spirit released. So I want these people to go to God in prayer for Grenada, because this thing might look nice and simple and people don't know the depth. So I want to advise Grenadians, I want to advise the pastors, the churches, to take this matter seriously to God in prayer, because God can do anything. He says, if my people, not the world, because you don't know what's going on out there in the world. He said, if my people who are called by my name, so he doesn't make a mistake as to who he's referring to, would humble themselves, pray and seek my face and turn from the wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, forgive their sins and heal the land. Grenada needs healing because we have been going down a precipice that God has pulled us out from falling to the depth, and he has placed us on a solid kind of ground. We have to remember him and thank him for that. So we have to pray about all the efforts from different ways that will be made to bring us back to that precipice.
So, caller, let me ask you this: what is the spiritual significance or connotations from the sculpture park that is being?
Well, okay, what I heard the man talking about, the man referred to the piece of sculpture, whatever it's made out of, I don't know if it's concrete or what, as a she. And she protect the rivers and the water and what from humans and other whatever. So when you could call a piece of thing a she and say she do this and she do that, what are you talking about? You're talking about spirit.
Okay.
You're speaking about evil spirit because it's not God. And so we wonder what the sculpture park is about, when it was conceptualized, what was the idea behind it, and what, because I heard somebody make a reference years ago about that sculpture park, and I didn't really know what it was, but I heard about it, and when she made some statements, my hair raised.
Okay.
Is now I'm understanding why certain people, they go there and swim, and they go there and this at certain times. So we have to ask God to deliver Grenada from whatever is there, whatever it was constructed to do, whatever is the purpose. We may not know the purpose, but God knows. So we need to seek the face of God and pray for the nation, and that God will deliver us from the precipice that we were going to, and they pulled us out from going back to falling it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. Have a good one. Bye-bye. 435-2041. That's the number. We have a caller. Good morning, caller. Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent.
How you do?
I do. Good. You know, some of us might only stand up and watch the polygate. They only preaching, and go see them, go look for them. Reach out to people. You lock yourself in your house like a crab under a shell and preaching God. And you know, help people, reaching out to nobody. You know, that's not how God works, you know. I don't know how we work too. But not all those who say, Lord, Lord will enter. Check yourself.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I am not getting involved in this one, you understand? I'm just a conduit of the information, all right? It's 6 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. I too have a concern because I listened to the whole thing with the sculptures and stand to be corrected. I think I heard one of the gods, it's the Greek god, the god of the sea, the sea animals. And I myself, when I think of a god being erected under the sea, I have my own concerns.
Okay.
So I need some clarification on that myself.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. Folks, it's 5 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's take a final commercial break in the segment and we come back with the wrap. Don't you go anywhere.
Summer is here, and it's time to level up with ACB Grenada Bank. We understand that sometimes you need a little extra help to make the most of your summer plans. Whether it's a relaxing getaway or improvements for the home, like a new AC to beat the summer heat. An unsecured loan from ACB Grenada Bank can make it happen. ACB Grenada Bank. Simply smarter banking.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
You see, mention the wing high, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power that.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
Okay, we're wrapping up now, and I'm gonna quickly take some comments from our WhatsApp platform. Someone says, Mr. Joseph, I'm calling on the Ministry of Health for answers on the condition of my mom's hand. It's discolored and painful after she was administered an injection. Unfortunately, I cannot show the hand on the television because of the connectivity issues with the television and the radio, but it's something that maybe we can have the newsroom look into. All right, that's one of the comments on our WhatsApp page. Someone says, this person really have a problem. She complained until they get rid of the security. Now nobody else have family to feed. Come on, in the market. Okay, the person that's commenting on the market. Someone says, good morning, Mr. Innocent. I am in agreement with Ms. Jeremiah about the sculpture in the news. When the man explains about Greek god who controls the things in the water, it makes me wonder if someone doesn't understand what the other person's speaking about, they should just stop talking. Yeah, all right. I cannot presume she's talking about marine spirits and so forth. Someone says, I went to the hospital to visit my sister. The ward is very hot. I'm asking, please, if something can be done for the patients. Something can be done in terms of what? Putting air conditioning in the wards? Maybe, maybe they'd want to look into that. Folks, it's the time where we wrap up for today. We've got to join the BBC. So those of you who called and participated one way or the other, thank you very much. As I said, we are working. Those of you who usually listen to us and participate via our Facebook page, we're having some technical problems there, but we're working on it. Hopefully, we'll try to have it back restored by tomorrow. Until then, thank you. Have a great day. God bless you. I love you. Bye-bye.